Alrighty, my name's Nicholas Berg, and I will be doing a religious presentation on Scientology. First, we will start with Scientology's origin and founder. Scientology was created and founded around 1952 by the well-known American author L. Ron Hubbard. Hubbard initially started his life as an author known for his science fiction. He published a multiple science fiction books before he made his science fiction book Dianetics. He would eventually publish this book and develop a mental therapy system, which was called Dianetics, the modern science of mental health. And I have a picture to show the front cover of it and a picture of L. Ron Hubbard. He would soon after form an organization to promote Dianetics, but it would shortly go bankrupt. This resulted in recharacterizing his ideas of Dianetics to form the religion of Scientology. At the time, um, Dianetics was a book and a therapy, and people were unlicensed and promoting this therapy and doing this therapy. And this was recognized by the FDA as just wrong, and like they wouldn't allow it, and this led to that his organization going bankrupt, and it also led to him losing the copyright to the name Dianetics. Timeline, and then next slide would be timeline of major events of Scientology. And obviously there's a lot more events that have happened, such as controversial stuff, and of course celebrities that have backed up Scientology. And there's been many controversies, but I did not place those controversies on this timeline. So the year first year we have is 1950, and that is when L. Ron Hubbard published Dianetics, the Modern Science of Mental Health, which Dianetics is one of the core main ideas of Scientology, which is why I placed it on the timeline. And then in 1952, L. Ron Hubbard announces the establishment of the philosophy of Scientology. um, Not yet known as, he has not yet announced it as a religion, but he's starting to focus less on the mind and more on a religious standpoint on Dianetics. Hopefully, um, so that he can get a tax exempt status with his therapy and just trying it in a new way. Um, in 1954, L. Ron Hubbard announces Scientology as a religion. In 1956, the church is granted U.S. federal tax exempt status. In 1960, L. Ron Hubbard releases the Mark II E meter, and not long after, he would release the Mark III E meter, which is used in auditing in the Scientology religion. Um, in 1967, the IRS takes away Scientology's tax exempt status. And then in 1986, L. Ron Hubbard dies, and they mm, um, they still celebrate his birthday to this day. But in 1993, Scientology is recognized as a tax exempt church again, and was a very important day, and it ended a 40-year battle between the IRS and the Scientology Church, and this went all the way up to federal court. Scientology's major branches and denominations. So Scientology is actually a non-denominational religion, and they don't really have branches. They have multiple churches. I believe there actually is churches in over 70 countries today, but they all like practice the same things and are ran by the same organizations. And yeah, um, L. Ron also L. Ron Hubbard also claims that Scientology can be compatible with all major world religions, and that Scientologists can simultaneously practice other religions while practicing Scientology. Scientology is also recognized as a religion in a small number of countries around the world. Scientology is all obviously, as many have heard, has had its controversies, and some people see Scientology as a religion, others see it as a cult. But as you can see in the map um, shown, there is not that many places in the world where by law Scientology is a religion. You can see Australia, the United States, um, I believe the United Kingdom, and a country in South America, as well as some parts of Asia, um, recognize it as a religion by law, but as you can see, most do not see it as a religion and actually recognize it as a cult, which is illegal. um, Scientology's religious writings. According to www.scientology.org, the written and spoken words of the founder, L. Ron Hubbard, collectively constitute the scripture of the religion. There wasn't really many specific um, texts I could find, but of course, the Dianetics book, which you could say is basically the book that helped to found the religion, is the most important religious writing within the religion. L. Ron Hubbard has published hundreds of books and over 3,000 lectures on the theology of Scientology. The next slide will be on the hierarchical structure of authority. Um, so obviously at the top of authority would be L. Ron Hubbard, which is the founder of Scientology. And of course, he has that elite status and had the most power over religion. Obviously, he is not alive currently, which makes him not the current leader of Scientology. So, next in the hierarchical structure of authority would be the Sea Organization staff captain and current leader of Scientology, David Miscavige. Um, and the Sea Organization is basically a organization that L. Ron Hubbard founded. It was kind of like a militia to protect L. Ron Hubbard at the time, but now it's turned into an organization that basically oversees over the Scientology religion and guides and organizes all of the all of the things that goes on in the Scientology world. And so under David Miscavige would be the Sea Organization staff, um, which would be the senior most status of staff, which would be besides David Miscavige, would be the highest um, in the hierarchical structure of authority. And I assume that there's the captain, David Miscavige, and that there also is ranks within the Sea organization staff. Um, but I did not place those in my PowerPoint. And then next would be the Church of Scientology staff, which would be just the staff of all of the churches around the world. Um, and the staff also includes the auditors, which I did not place, but I just placed under the Church of Scientology staff. I, of course, I believe that there must be multiple roles within the church, but I did not place that within this PowerPoint. And then under the Church of Scientology staff would be the field staff members, which would be members that have probably been with the church for a while and have like a higher or just have like just want to do more for the church. So they almost have a staff role, but not really because the staff do not make payments to the church, while field staff members do still make payments to the church. And these field staff members recruit new members and actually get a percentage of the pay from the new members who, start on their journey with Scientology. I believe the percentage that they get from the first payment that the new members make is 10 to 15%, I read. Scientology's central beliefs will be the next topic. Um, there's many beliefs within the Scientology, as within any religion, but the central beliefs would be one would be the goal of Scientology is true spiritual enlightenment and freedom for all. They believe that man is an immortal being, um, and that one's experience extends well beyond a single lifetime. They also believe that one's capabilities are unlimited, even if not presently realized. And they also believe a thetan is the person himself. And as you can see in the background, it shows that the thetan, the mind and the body. And the mind and the body are the least important within the Scientology religion. The thetan is like the most important being, like the most important part of yourself within the Scientology religion. And the next topic will be Scientology's central practice. Um, the most central practice of Scientology is auditing, and I found that to be, I only included that practice within Scientology's central practices because I view that really it is the only practice within Scientology. Obviously, they have the studying of books and of the lectures that L. Ron Hubbard left, but um, yeah, that the auditing was the most important for sure, and really the only practice. Auditing aims to elevate a member to a state of clear, um, which is like where one aims to be in the Scientology religion. An e-meter device is used in auditing, almost like a lie detector, but it is different than a lie detector in the way that it is used and can be used to produce a state of clear. E-meters are used by the auditors, which is the person conducting the sessions. And basically, during one of these sessions, One would be connected to the e-meter. I believe they would put both of their each hand on one of the um, metal prongs, I guess, or metal things in the picture, and they would be asked questions, and they would be asked question. The member would be asked questions by the auditor, and the e-meter would um, show levels, like it would the levels would go up and down, or numbers would show based on their answers. And all of these sessions are recorded. Every single Scientology um, auditing session is recorded and then analyzed to see if one is clear or not. Scientology's holidays. March 13th, um, the birthday of L. Ron Hubbard, is a holiday within Scientology. And that is important because L. Ron Hubbard is the founder of Scientology. May 9th, the publication of the book Dianetics, which is a key idea within Scientology and um, one of the central ideas, and just like it, it's the core really of Scientology, which is why I believe that it is one of the holidays. October 7th is International Association of Scientologists Day, which acknowledges the work that the IAS, which is International Association of Scientologists, has done to make Scientology a prosperous religion. Um, and then the last holiday is second Sunday in September. Um, on the second Sunday of September, it would be Auditor's Day, and this acknowledges the auditor's work, which is one of the most important roles within the church. And then I have my Scientology video, and it is basically, I had trouble finding a um, practice or ritual within the Scientology religion, because it is highly secretive. And while every audit and ritual is recorded, I none of these audits or rituals or practices are available on YouTube. So I have a Scientology, I believe a Scientology gathering in which a famous actor is speaking in front of a group of people. And at the end, he looks to the right and he's looking at the leader of um, the Scientology religion. I'll play the video now. And that is, I believe that is David Miscavige, now on the screen. But yes. And then I have my cited sources, my 5 cited sources. Thank you for watching.